Here, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, thanks. Let me find out you fucked up. I'll leave you wherever I find you.
Well, hello you degenerate fucks, and welcome to The Degenerate Gambler. It's Thursday the 29th of February, leap year and all that. Just recording another episode. I'll go over obviously last week's bets. I've got 2 bets for this week, some stats. But the major thing last week was, and last week's episode was called Near Misses. I had a few more near misses. A couple of bet builders went pretty close. One of my bets on Sunday went pretty close. So February's a losing month. If I don't get a bet up this weekend, it'll be a losing month after having a really good month in January. Obviously, that's not what I want, but look, it is what it is. So look, I'll run through the bets last week quickly. So main bet, Villa won, United lost, City won, Reading and Portsmouth both beat as well. In the team goals, the biggest price, which was Huddersfield, were 5-2. It won. The other 3 all lost. Bolton scored 1. I think Wrexham didn't score at all, and Oxford scored 1. So not great. Although I still do like that bet. Evening bet. So City won, Bayern won, Arsenal both the score was up, Atletico Madrid drew, and Brest both the score was beat. I had 2 bet builders because there was 2 late games. So the City bet builder was beat by a Haaland goal. I mean, top scorer in the league, scores goals for fun, scored 5 midweek, but didn't score. And then the Arsenal one was beat by Bruno Guimaraes card. He didn't get booked. Had a few tackles, but didn't get booked. But so those were both pretty close. Sunday's bets. So Wolves both the score was beat. They won 1-0. The others were all up. Lens both the score was up. Anderlecht over 2 was up. Nuremberg both the score was up. Sturm Graz was up. A late bet was Inter was up. AC Milan both the score was up. Royal Union up. The other 3 were beat. Young Boys both the score beat. Herenveen both the score beat. And Rapid Vienna both the score beat. I did a couple of cup bet builders. Now I did make a mistake in this, and I don't know how I did this, but I put one up with Salah, and I don't know where I saw it, but I saw Salah was in the team, and I picked the bet builder, and then I realised, fuck, he's not in the team, so I had to cash it out and do it again. But all 3 selections were beat anyway. I did a few other ones that had 1 or 2 selections up for free. But, in a 0-0 game, I fucking probably should have backed 0-0, even with a couple of quid on it, because, the last 3 finals between Liverpool and Chelsea, all 0-0. So yeah, not a great week of gambling. I'll get on to the stats. So, some postponed games, and there was only 8 games in the Premier League this week, so I'll run through. So it was 8 in the Premier League, 12 in the Championship in League 1, it was 11 in the League 2, 12 in the National, 10 National League North, 10 National League South. So in total it was 75 games. Total. So Premier League, 6 favourites, 1 draw, 1 outsider. Championship, 5 favourites, 2 draws, 5 outsiders. League 1, 6 favourites, 3 draws, 3 outsiders. League 2, 4 favourites, 3 draws, 4 outsiders. National League, 6 favourites, 2 draws, 4 outsiders. National League North, only 3 favourites, 4 draws, 3 outsiders. And National League South, 2 draws, 2 favourites, 5 draws, 3 outsiders. So in total that was 32 favourites, 20 draws and 23 outsiders. I mean, that's pretty big for the draws and the outsiders. I mean, looking back there, last week there was 80 games and there was only 17 draws and 16 outsiders. So to have 20 and 23 this week from 5 less games is pretty big. Yeah, like a couple of weeks ago there was 82 games and there was only 22 draws and 21 outsiders. So yeah, a lot of draws, and you can see there. You look at National League North, 4 draws out of 10 games. National League South, 5 draws out of 10 games, 50%. So not a great week for the favourites. It was 42% of favourites won, which is quite low. In the overs and both to score, so Premier League 5 over 3 nat, 5 both to score 3 nat. Championship 9 were over 2, 3 weren't, and 10 were both to score and 2 weren't. That's massive. League 1 5 over 7 nat, 7 both to score 5 nat. League 2 3 over 8 nat, 4 both to score 7 nat. National League 8 over 4 nat, 7 both to score 5 nat. National League North 5 and 5, and the same 5 and 5 for the both to score. National League South 3 over 7 nat and 7 both to score 3 nat. So bit all over the place there with some of them. Big leagues like the Championship had both to score and overs. Leagues like the League 2 only had 3 overs and 4 both to score. National League 8 over. So again, just very, very random there. But anyway, in total in the overs, 38 over and 37 nat. So that's around about 50%, 50 point something percent. It was 50.4 something like that. And then the both to score was 45 over, 45 both to score and 30 nat, which was 60%. So pretty good with the both to score there. If you're into those bets. So this week, right, so I have done 2 bets placed already. So if you're listening to this on Thursday or Friday, you might want to get on in case the prices change. Now, there is bad weather from what I've looked at, so some games may be called off, but I like to go early with the prices. So main bets, I'll run through that. Then the goals bet this week is a mix and match. It's a bit of everything. There's both to score in there, there's over 2s, and there's over 1.5 team goals. So my phone buzzing there. Oh, that was the other thing I meant to say. I finally got my new computer all up and working, so I'm in the 21st century here, working on a brand new computer. So when I'm doing these reasons, I should be able to get them up pretty quick. But anyway, I'll get to the main bet. So I'll run through it, give the prices, and then I'll come back for the reasons. So Ipswich away to Plymouth, 13-20. Bolton at home to Cambridge, 4-7. Orient at home to Bristol Rovers, 5-6. Wrexham at home to Accrington, 8-15. Dundee United away to Partick Thistle, 4-5. So in total, it's 12-1. I don't think there's a bonus because I have that Scottish Championship game out. So come back for the reasons. So first game, Ipswich playing Plymouth, as I said, away. Ipswich currently 3rd in the league. Plymouth are 13th in form. Ipswich 13 points. They're 2nd in the form table. Plymouth way down there in 19th, only 4 points. Let's look at recent home form. So Plymouth lost their last 2 at home, then they drew 2 before that. One of them was a cup game against Leeds, and then they won the game before that against Cardiff. Ipswich away have won their last 2. They lost the game before that, and drew the game before that. That was against Leicester, and won the game before that. So 3 wins, a draw, and a defeat. Pretty good there. Next, we go to Bolton. And Bolton aren't in great form. But if I remember correctly, the reason I picked this is home form. So standings, Bolton currently 3rd, Cambridge down in 16th. Recent form, as I said, only 7 points. Cambridge only 3 though. But in the recent home and away, Bolton, they've 2 wins and 2 draws in their last 4. They lost the game before that. It was in the FA Cup against Luton. Cambridge 2 defeats, 2 wins and a draw away from home. So I'm just hoping Bolton can get back to some winning ways there. Next, it's Orient, who are home to Bristol Rovers. Currently sitting 8th in the table. Bristol Rovers are 12th. So they're not that far apart. There's 8 points between them. In form though, Orient 3 wins and 2 defeats, so they're 5th in the form table. Bristol Rovers way down in 18th with 2 wins and 3 defeats. So it's only one of a difference. But Orient's home form, 4 wins and 1 defeat in the last 5. Bristol Rovers, 2 defeats, 2 wins and a draw in the last 5. So hoping good home form keeps up there. Next we'll go to Wrexham, another team that haven't been in great form. But again, this is why you get decent prices for some of these, because there's teams that are up the top of the league, but they're not in great form. So Wrexham currently, they've dropped down into 4th out of the automatic places, only 1 point behind Crewe and 3 points behind Stockport. Accrington way down in 15th. Form, Wrexham only 8 points. They're 10th, 2 wins, 2 draws, a defeat. In the last 5, Accrington down in 17th, only 1 win in the last 5. Home and away, so even though Wrexham have been in poor form, they've got decent home form. So in the last 5 league games, they've got 4 wins and a defeat. That defeat being at home to Bradford. So 4 home wins out of 5 is pretty good. And Accrington only 1 5, 2 draws, 2 defeats. So that's that. Then I'll move on to Scotland. So Dundee United, sorry. So Dundee currently in the league, part of the 3rd. This is why you're getting 4 to 5. You know, you wouldn't get that if they were playing, you know, Ardmore and Inverness at the bottom of the league. So, but there's part of 38 points, and Dundee United are on 51. So there's 13 points. And in form, again, not in massive form, 7 points. Partick Thistle have only got 3. And Partick Thistle at home, they've lost their last game. They drew in the cup before that and then went out. 1-2 before that and drew the game before that. Whereas Dundee, they lost their last away game, but they won the 3 games before that and they drew the game before that. So that is the main bet. For the goals bet this week. So look, if you're going to write this down or whatever, you need to sort of maybe pay attention, because it is a mismatch, you know, mixed match. It's usually all or one or whatever. So there's 3 different selections here. So I'll read them out slowly and give you the price. So the first one is Walsall versus Doncaster, and that is a both to score at 8 to 11. Next, it's Northampton over 1.5 team goals at 11 to 8. Norwich over 1.5 team goals at 10 to 11. Portsmouth versus Oxford over 2.5 total goals 17 to 20. And then Chorley versus Rushall over 2.5 goals 4 to 5. So in total that comes to 25 to 1. Yeah, so pretty good odds. That's, you know, you've obviously got a 10 to 11 in there at 11 to 8, which is bumping the price up. So I'll run through that again. So it's Walsall Doncaster, both to score. Northampton over 1.5 team goals. Norwich over 1.5 team goals. Portsmouth Oxford over 2.5 goals. Chorley Rushall over 2.5 goals. So that's that, 25 to 1. Midweek, Champions League back. Not much else on during the midweek really. So I think there's a championship full fixture list. So there is 7 games on Tuesday in the championship. There's 3 games in League 1. There is 5 games in League 2, 6 in National League North, 6 in the National League, 5 in the National League North, and 4 in the National League South. The 2 Champions League games are Bayern Munich v Lazio and PSG versus Sociedad. Now, I'll actually have a look here. Let me see. Tuesday. Champions League. What is the scores? So 1-0 Lazio in the first leg. Bayern 1-4. I mean, not a great price there. PSG are 8-5 to beat Sociedad, and they're 2-0 up from the first leg. So you could maybe have a wee bet on that. And Sociedad in really poor form. So yeah, that's the 2 Champions League games. In Wednesday, we've got the rest of the championship, so 5 championship games. The 2 Champions League games are City Copenhagen and Madrid Leipzig. So let me, So City are winning 3-1. Again, they're 1-7. So not much of a bet. Madrid are 4-7 against Leipzig, and I backed them the last week when they were 13-10, which I thought was a crazy price. But they're winning 1-0. So, maybe worth backing there as well. So yeah, that's the Champions League game for Wednesday. There's also a Europa League game, which is Sporting versus Atalanta. It's a first leg game. So at the minute, Sporting are favourite 11-10 at home, but it's a 17:45, so 4:45 kickoff. And then Thursday it's just 7 Europa League because there's one on Wednesday and 8 Europa Conference League. So not a massive midweek, but still enough for a few bets. I mean, to be honest with you, I wish I hadn't done any bets this week because my bets have been absolute shite. But, you know, I can't help myself sometimes. So yeah, look, that's basically it. I say hopefully get a bet up this week, which will hopefully then mean that February isn't a losing month and the ground that again back last month with a big month isn't lost. So yeah, let's just hope for the best. And just leaves me to say, if you are doing a bet, good luck and happy punting.
You call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking gambling degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?